In this video, I will demonstrate how to manage library. This will include how to add a library, how to import a library, how to publish, and how to export libraries. There is another video which indicates how to add a new library and how to add terms to the library. Let us begin with taking a look at the interactive workbench in the Categories and Concepts pane. I have ordered the concepts from most responses to least responses. I have done that by clicking on the Docs heading. So we see the most responses are found in the transcription concept, the codon, and the mRNA concept have the most responses. I have drawn attention to this so that we can note changes as we modify our libraries. To begin, let us add a library. We go to the Concepts and Categories button and select Resource Editor. Then I go to Resources in the main menu and select Add a Library. There is a list of libraries that are part of the modular resources, and I'm going to scroll down and add the Opinions library in English. The Opinions library contains many common phrases that are used in English, and I can add this Opinions library, and we see it added here in the left pane. If we click on it, we can see there are several words and phrases that are found in this library. If we go back to the Categories and Concept view and extract, we can see that the order of the concepts has changed. Now transcription stop and mRNA are the most common phrases or concepts. Now I'll demonstrate how to import a new library and add that new library. Again, I go to the Resource Editor view, and to import a library I go to Resources, Manage Libraries, and then I click Import. I browse to the location of the library I'd like to import. Libraries are found with the extension lib. So I click the library that I'd like to import, and then I click Import. And once this import is complete, I can scroll to the bottom of the list and see this new genetics library that I have imported. With the import complete, I can close this Manage Libraries window. Then I can go to Resources and add a library. Now the genetics core library is listed, so I can select the genetics core library and add it to my list of libraries. Once a new library has been added, often the Edit Force Terms window opens. This term shows any duplicates. Duplicates are terms that are already present in libraries that are also present in the new library which we are now adding. So for instance, we see the word basic is present in the new library we've added, which is the genetics core library, but it has already been contained in the Opinions library. By default, the term in the new library has been selected for use. However, in certain cases, we can change this by selecting the previously used library. However, in general, the new library has been added because it contains terms of value, so often we use the default. Okay. To use the default, we click OK. And now we have the genetics library which has been added, and we see several terms, some of which are chemical terms or biological terms that apply to the genetics core library. Let us take a look at the effect of adding the genetics core library. We go to the Categories and Concepts view and extract. Once this extraction is complete, we take a look again at the list of concepts, and we see transcription is most frequently encountered concept. However, NOT is now a common concept, as well as STOP and mRNA. So again, there have been changes to the extractions, which will in turn affect changes to our categories. Now I will demonstrate how to publish and export a library. Again, I go to the resource editor. In the resource editor, I will make a change to the genetics core library. For instance, this
In the
term
resource
1
editor,
says entire term. I'm going to change it to entire term no compounds, just so that we have a change in our library. And then we need to publish this library and then export it. To publish a library, go to resources and then select publish library. Select the library that we wish to publish and unselect any other libraries. So I want to publish the genetics core library. So I click publish, and then I need to export this library. So I go again to the resources tab and click manage library. I scroll down to the genetics core library and click export. And now I want to export this to a new location, which is my desktop. So I click on my desktop and I click export. So now the export has been complete. Now I can close the manage libraries window, and if I go to my desktop, I can see the new genetics core library listed here.